Doing well. Thank you for asking. Is same lineup today as last game?
Which lineup was that?
Starting lineup, excuse me.
I'm not sure.
That's fair. At this point, I don't know if you got regular season, but 4 games into a series, 3 games into a series, are there really any surprises from either side? Something you might not expect, or does both teams kind of know each other by now?
Both teams, I think they know each other right now. They're shooting the ball at a high clip right now, so we got to do a better job just run those guys off the three-point line and make them drive the basketball, and then we can get our rotations. But we got to just clean up some of our game plan mistakes, which we were better in Game 3, but we still got to get better.
Thanks.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Law.
Good to see you. You mentioned just now, after Game 3 about the game plan mistakes, and that was a common refrain after the loss in Game 1 and 2. So specifically, what are the mistakes that you are looking to eliminate? And in general, why will tonight be any different?
No open threes. We want to run Tim Hardaway off the three-point line. He shoot that at a high clip, and that's what we wanted to do coming into the series. And we haven't done a good job with that. So we know Luka's going to cause a lot of attention on the floor, but we have to be aware of where Tim Hardaway's at, as well as Cleveland. Make him put the ball on the floor, become low man, trap the box, and rebate it X out on the backside. But whatever we need to do to get him off the line, those two guys, we have to do it. So we got to do a better job with that.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Shane.
Hey, Ty, how important or how valuable has Nico's weak side cutting and just overall veteran presence been for you guys so far in the playoffs?
It's been great. I think a guy who can switch, like I said, 1 through 5. He can guard Luka and pick him up full court and try to shadow as much as possible. And then just his IQ of how to play the game, where to be on the floor, when to cut, when to space. And he's been doing a good job of driving the closeouts as well, getting to the basket. So he's been great, and we need him to continue to do that tonight for us.
Thanks. Next to Miriam.
Hey, Ty. I got a random one for you. You wore the mask in Game 3 after losing it for the first 2 games. Was there a reason for that?
I just wanted to change it up a little bit.
Like superstitious wise, or are you just more comfortable with it on now, or?
I think I'm more comfortable with it on right now.
Okay. And can I also ask just about Marcus? You guys were able to kind of get him going late in the game. Like, why is he so important to this team in this series?
Because they're going to help on PG and Kawhi and try to double team and take those guys away. So we need our shooters to step up and make shots. And like I said, Marcus was huge for us down the stretch. I think making three threes in that fourth quarter and 2 big ones that kind of sealed the game for us. So we see him taking shots. If we don't have it, to put it on the floor and make a play for himself or someone else. But like I said, he made 2 late in Game 2, and then it carried over to Game 3 when he made 3 big shots for us late in that game.
Thank you.
Next up, Mason.
Hey, Coach. Porzingis has been one of the few guys on the Mavericks who hasn't been just totally shooting the lights out on you guys. How much of a focal point was he guarding him when you guys were scheming for this series? And what do you think you've done to succeed in kind of slowing him down?
Well, I think what did he have last game? 13 points, but I think 9 of them came up our mistakes. We know he's going to hit the trail threes from deep. So we just got to do a better job of knowing where he's at, especially in transition. But we're trying to be physical with him. He was a big emphasis coming into the series because the Luka Porzingis pick and roll is deadly. So we know we wanted to be really good at that. We know he, being 7'2", shoot the ball the way he can. And with Zeus starting on him, we really got to pay a lot of attention to him. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing, take away and eliminate the mistakes of just him catching it in rhythm, in transition, the walk-in threes, and I think we'll be okay.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. One of the interesting trends so far from this series is you guys have done a pretty good job of just making Luka into a jump shooter and kind of negating his driving ability. And while he is making threes at a high rate, is the thinking in this series just force him to continue making those shots rather than getting to the paint and creating there?
Yeah, we want to play him one-on-ones as best as possible. We know he's a tough defend. We know he's going to make tough shots, but if he's playing one-on-one against our guys and we're shrinking the floor and we're ready to help, it kind of takes away everyone else. So we want to make him play, make him score the basketball, but we can't let him have 40 points, 16, 17 assists, and everybody else is going as well. So we did a decent job at it in Game 3, but we got to be better tonight in Game 4.
Thank you. Next to Cam.
Hey, good evening, Coach. Prior to last game, you mentioned urgency was what the players need to play with. How did that sense of urgency manifest itself prior to last game, and how have you seen that manifestation lead to today's game?
Oh, I mean, it's not over. Like I said, we got to win 4 games. You know, we came out and we attacked. We played well in game 3, but we got to do it again, you know, for game 4. It's going to be an even harder game for us, and we understand that. So the urgency has to be high. You know, we want to go back to LA with the series tied 2-2. We understand the game plan, what we want to do defensively. We got to be better, you know, limit some of our mistakes. And offensively, know what we want to attack, you know, how we want to play. And so we understand that now. So tonight's going to be a big game for us, you know, coming out with the same urgency after that first 6 minutes of the game, and play better to start the game. So we want to be up at the end of the first quarter, trying to put the pressure on those guys to have to play from behind.
Thanks, Coach.
Next up, Christina.
Hey, Ty. Dallas has the edge when it comes to second chance points in this series. How do you guys make sure you're still crashing the glass, and especially when you go small, make up for not having the size out there when it comes to rebounding?
We got to hit bodies, Christina. The biggest thing, we showed a lot of clips of them crashing 3 or 4 guys, 2 guys from the corner and 1 guy from the slot. So we got to do a good job, not just checking. We got to check, and then we got to hit bodies. If we rebound the basketball on the pace we've been playing at and be able to attack, they're going to be in a bad way. So we just talked about to our team the last 2 days about boxing out, rebound the ball, and when we rebound the ball, we can get out and get anything we want in transition. So we got to hit bodies and bring physicality on the board.
All right, thanks, Ty.
We'll go back to Law.
Yeah, Ty, yesterday you mentioned that you got a missed FaceTime call from Sir. Just wondering if you called him back and if he had anything to say that you'd like to share.
No, he just said congratulations, this is a great win. He said come back home 2-2. And he said he's feeling a little better, so I hope he continues to get better. But he was just excited about the win that we had last game.
One more hand up. Okay, 2. Miriam, you snuck in, but we're going to let Tomer go first, and then Miriam.
Ty, with regards to some of the shooting on their end, I think you've been asked a variation of this, but like internally, did you expect it like to come down to earth eventually, or do you really just feel like it's up to you guys to just make them miss? Because you guys have contested shots pretty well for the series.
Yeah, a little bit of both. You know, I don't, you know, hopefully they can continue to shoot this well throughout the course of the series. And the way we're playing offensive, if they have a bad shooting night, then it could be a runaway for us. So we understand what we got to do, take away their threes, limit their threes, make them play inside the line. And like I said, hopefully they don't shoot the ball the way they've been shooting as of late. So we got to do a little bit better job as well. Just make sure we're getting the harder way, making sure we get to Cleveland, run those guys off the line.
Gotcha. Thanks. Go ahead, Miriam.
One more on Serge. Did he tell you anything about his voodoo room and his no? He's been on Twitter. Did Serge tell you anything about his voodoo room?
Oh, no, I haven't heard about that.
Apparently that's where he's rooting for you guys in.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Right on. All right. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you.